So Glenn, you're supposed to be out on the stages at the moment, but you're here in the service park. What's going on?
Yes, unfortunately that's it for the weekend. The stage actually went really well today, and I think we posted some pretty good times. Car was really good. Got back here to a control and just started up and had a slight miss in it, and turns out it's a head gasket, so might have been happening for a little while.
Yes, the times were very good. In fact, I think you were leading the classics when we last saw you.
Yeah, so I heard. So it was a bit of a surprise, and really with no risk. So we've got a bit of a four-wheel drive advantage, but a lot of these guys got an experience advantage, haven't been here before. So yeah, I was quite surprised and looking forward to the night stages, but not this year.
Now, even though you've only done 2 stages, those 2 stages add up to over 120 kilometres, and they were pretty good-looking stages.
Yeah, no, stages were brilliant. Yeah, they would have, and we got to use that a couple of times tonight going back the other way. It would have held up really well. So it's disappointing not to do it, but it's part of rallying and sorting out a new car.
Now, the last event you were at, dust was a big issue, but the wind here has been fantastic for dust, and conditions have really been ideal.
If the wind would have dropped off tonight, we would have been in trouble, but yeah, it's been perfect rally conditions, so a bit overcast and plenty of wind, so perfect.
So what's the plan now with the car? Obviously, head gasket means a little bit of repair work.
Yeah, we probably could have maybe smashed something together tonight and maybe chucked another head gasket on and that, but it's too new in the build and too much money being spent to just go and do that and maybe wreck it and have to rebuild again, so we've got a pretty easy fix at the moment, so that's a safe bet.
And it's a pretty technically advanced engine in all respects, really, so pulling it to bits in the service park is probably not ideal.
Yeah, it might be 1992 spec, but there's a bit more gone into it these days, so no, I'm looking for the long-term investment here.
So what's the next event for you in this car?
Hopefully Leyburn Sprints in August, so yeah, fingers crossed they can fix it.
So Scott, a bit of a disappointing end to what was a great rally.
Yeah, certainly not the way we'd hoped to finish up. We certainly were doing everything that we had set out to do, keeping the car neat and tidy, getting through stages without putting a scratch on it, not taking any major risks, and really, very, very surprised in some regards about our times. We were doing very, very well until things came to a bit of an abrupt halt.
Yeah, so clearly the problem with the car wasn't affecting the performance of the car.
No, that's what really surprised us, because at the end of that last stage, 60 k's worth of stage, the car was still doing everything it should. It was pulling, it was pulling out of corners, and we were really almost top speed coming towards the end of that, and there was no indication it was missing. Coming into town, it was all fine as well. It was really only as we pulled off to come into service here that we had some indication that things weren't entirely right, and of course once we opened the hood and had a bit of a look, we worked out just how bad it was.
Now, it's a car that was built in the 90s, but it's a pretty cool car even today, isn't it?
I suspect there's not much left on it that was built in the 90s, John, but no, it's a wonderful car to be in. And, for mine, I sort of jumped from 1600s and Escorts into WRXs and Lancers, so I kind of missed this whole generation of cars. And so I was really excited about getting in it. It's a great car to be in. It feels really safe and comfortable. It pulls really well all the way through the band. You get up to speed without it feeling like it's working hard to do it. And when you lean on it, it performs and it gives back, which is what you want a good rally car to do.
Now, tell us about the stages today, because they're a little bit unique here in South Australia. They're open, they're fast, there's a little bit of technical stuff. Tell us about them.
I understand we're about to find some of the rough stuff, but we'd been warned about it. But really, the stage today, which we did twice 60 kilometres, was a wonderful, open, flowing road by and large. Certainly some bits that are a bit more technical, but still plenty of room to play with on the road. But the second run through, we took a minute out of our time, so a second a kilometre. Anyone who does that's pretty happy with their performance. Great times. We were leading the classics quite comfortably, second reasonably comfortably overall and outright. Great position to be in. It's just unfortunate that we're not still out there.
And I'm assuming you would jump at the opportunity to get back in it?
Oh, absolutely, and as I've said to Glenn, I enjoyed everything I'd done with him. Doing the side-by-sides last year in Kalgoorlie was a whole heap of fun. This weekend's been a heap of fun. I enjoy sitting with him. He's a driver that thinks about what he's doing. He prepares his cars well. This is really unfortunate in many ways because the cars are always well thought through. Great to be in, and next to someone who drives well within his limits, but still at a great pace.
So yesterday out in the farmland, I saw a funny sign that actually said on it, Scott Dale, and I thought, Scott Dale, what's going on here on this stage with the co-drivers' names?
Yeah, obviously something that the locals knew, and it's an inside joke, I guess. I didn't actually see that sign, I guess nice to be sitting here and doing the job. I know Dale would love to be here. I've actually just got off the phone to him, and he's certainly looking forward to getting back into the car at the next opportunity, and I'm sure he'll love it just as much as I have for the day and a half I've been able to be in it.